So last time we looked at errors that do not affect the trial balance, and we talked about them one by one. And today we'll be looking at the suspense account. So under the suspense account, in this account is involved one when there are errors that affect the trial balance, okay, and two, if we don't know where to take that affected amount in the trial balance, then we record it in the suspense, because we don't know, we are in suspense, we don't know where to take that particular amount, so we have to involve the suspense account. So the suspense account is involved with errors that affect the trial balance or the balancing of the trial balance. So that's what we'll be looking at today. I'll be doing a little bit of theory before we start calculating and everything. And if you look at this suspense account, there are two things that we must know. One of the things that we must look at under suspense account is when the suspense has a credit balance, okay, a credit balance, then this amount that is on the credit balance must, one, be taken to the capital side of the balance sheet, and two, must be taken to the liability side of the balance sheet. Liability side of the balance sheet, if this balance is a credit balance. What if this balance is a debit balance? Where should we take it? If at all our balance is a debit balance, this is two. If our balance is a debit balance, then there's always one thing that we must do, or debit balance, there's one thing that we must do is to take this amount on the asset side. Usually we take this balance on the current assets. So that's where we take it, because next year we'll be able to know where we should take it. So it's a current thing, it's not a fixed thing. So you must take it in the current assets in the balance sheet. So that's where we take the suspense account when it has a debit balance. Then what else is involved under suspense account? Before we drop this suspense account, there are two things that we must draw up. There's one, a journal, then we draw up a suspense account. Now in the journal, that's where we record all transactions that took place, all errors rather, and omissions that took place. All errors and omissions, whether they affected the trial balance or they didn't affect the trial balance, we must record in the journal, to which we shall do this in the next video. Then the suspense account, we only record, as we said when we started this video, we only record things that affect the trial balance. So the errors that affect the trial balance, we send them in the suspense account. So these are the two major things that you must know when recording a suspense account. Now this suspense account involves you understanding the things that you are doing under double entry and under preparation of ledgers. So if you don't know how to prepare the ledgers, please go back, because for you to know how you have to correct the errors, you have to understand the ledgers. So make sure you go back to the ledgers and understand the ledgers. So the next video I shall show you how to recognize things that have to go in the suspense account and things that do not affect the suspense account.